Hello, welcome to this month's edition of Tea Tasters. My name is Mark. Now this month we've got an absolute treasure for you to try in Tea Tasters. We have an Okayti white Darjeeling. The Darjeeling region established commercially in 1856, and since then this region has developed and created some of the world's finest Darjeelings. Now what's unique about a white Darjeeling tea is just that it's a white tea from Darjeeling, and nobody does it better, I believe, than the Okayti garden. Originally developed in 1870 as the Rangdu garden and changing its name in 1880 to the Okayti, this tea is absolutely steeped in history and has a couple of royal ticks on the way as well. In fact, the reason for the change is when this tea was served apparently and allegedly at Buckingham Palace, the tea was called an Okayti. So an Okayti turned into Okayti. So that's the history behind this tea. So this white Darjeeling from the Okayti garden is a white tea, and a white tea are the very youngest, or generally the very youngest, most tenderest part of the tea plant that have been plucked, as we say, or picked, and then allowed to dehydrate. So in most cases the leaves are not fully developed, i.e. they're not opened, and that helps with some of the flavour because that bush is yearning to survive, and a lot of the nutrients and flavours extend to these very extremities of the bush. So hopefully we're going to have a really tasty tea here. Now the Okayti plantation sits on an altitude between 4,000 and 6,200 feet and split across two divisions. So it's quite a sizable location, and hopefully this tea is going to do it some justice. Okay, so let's have a look at the tea now. For me, the beauty of this tea is in the dry leaf as well. So when you do get your sample this month, have a good look at the dry leaf. It's beautiful. It's a nice silky feel to the dried leaves, and the aroma coming off the leaf is absolutely encapsulating. So stage one, a beautiful looking leaf with beautiful aromas. So we're going to make some of this up now and have a little taste and see what it beholds. So as always, we're going to use our tasting crockery, and we're going to use 1 level teaspoon, or we can use a pinch of 2 fingers and a thumb, and interestingly that would have been the original measure for a teaspoon. Look, how about that? There you go, bit of useful information for you. So I'm going to put my teaspoon in the cup. Now for me, I've boiled my kettle, I've allowed it to cool for just a few minutes, so it's got a temperature late 80s, which for me is great for Darjeeling. For some others might be a little bit hot, but boil the kettle and allow it to cool for a few minutes. Then I'm going to put my hot water straight onto the tea, and of course, as we always say in Twinings, we're going to give that 3.5 minutes to diffuse. Now if you're going to do this at home with a teapot such as this, you can put 6 rounded teaspoons in, and here's one I prepared earlier, and then you can just pour your water straight on, and again leaving that for 3.5 minutes. Now it's always important to make sure that you've preheated your pot. For 3.5 minutes. I'm going to pour our tasting sample into the pot here. Now if you're at home, you can do this with your own pots and cups and teapots, and if you're anything like me, your sideboard will be covered in lots of different teas. It's just such fun. It's such an exciting thing to get involved in. Now that's just draining away in there, and already I can see that the colour on this is magnificent. It's I'm getting really excited. It's a dark straw. It's a medium dark champagne. It's a beautiful transparent colour. When you see this, hopefully you're going to be as amazed as I am. Nice refraction of light, beautiful sample, and the aroma is already absolutely captivating. It's a damp straw. I can smell strawberry. This is going to be a beautiful tea to taste because it's already got a beautiful smell. So I'm just going to take our leaves out of here. Sorry I'm getting so excited. It's just such a delight to work with quality tea like this. So there we go. I can see our infused leaf there, displaying all the characteristics that you would expect from a young leaf, and the hot water of course has plumped up the leaf, so you get a real feel now for when that leaf was plucked or picked, as we say, from the tea bush. So, and it smells really nice as well. And if you're really adventurous, you might want to try nibbling on a little piece. But there we go. Let's have a taste now. So I've got my tasting spoon here. Yeah, it really does taste as good as it smells. Really, really uniquely, this tea carries a very, very slight muscatel start to it, which you might not normally find in a lot of white tea. So this is credit to Okayti, really. A very slight muscatel. Then what's even more interesting, it develops into a floral and somewhat fruity, which might not be a phrase or two words that you use together very often when you're tasting tea. Floral and fruity, but then a nice nutty length to it. This tea is packed with flavour, it's packed with enjoyment, it's an absolute delight to look at, an absolute delight to drink. So I hope you enjoy this as much as I have on this month's Tea Tasters. And of course, if you've used your pot and you've had your 3.5 minutes, you can just diffuse or stop diffusion by pressing your plunger down and then just pour away into your cups at home. And again, getting the same rich colours. This is a great tea if you've got friends round, or even if you want to treat yourself. I can't recommend it enough. There you go. Beautiful. My name's Mark Nichols. This has been Twinings Tea Tasters, and this month we've looked at Okayti Darjeeling white tea. So until next time, happy tea times. Cheers.